Well, Roberto, the stabby is gonna be here in just a couple of days' time.
What's the matter? You scared? Noticeably? I'll say. Now stand back, I gotta practice my stabbing. No, please!
So this is actually the newest heroic dragon, so they didn't give us many days of prep for the official notification, but I do like him. He's very, very stabby. You can actually see him on Ditlep right now in his baby form as well, and you can sort of see his broken animation, but I kind of dig it. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of dig it, so I would love to pick up this dragon. And also with the upcoming event schedule, they have also said that things should be going back to normal. And so if you check the actual event schedule itself, rather than us having like dual events happening like every couple of days, now we've got like a fog island that's on its own. Then we have a maze island that's from the 11th to the 15th. We have a tower island that's 16th to the 19th. So all of these events seem to have gone back to a different type of individual event format, which also means we don't get to collect all of the extra bonus event currency like we've been doing recently, which is how we've been able to get decently high scores in some of these events because we've been getting the bonus event currency from the other ones. But on top of us having that new notification for the upcoming High Venomfang dragon, we do also have the fog events, and yes, I have created the maps for these. And you can see those here. They're also inside the DC event guide section of the Discord server. So the Dragon City news section, you can go through, click that and see the upcoming events. And the DC event guides has now been updated. So sometimes with these fog events in particular, these new age fog events, they're actually really easy to finish and complete. But if we're going back to the old event formats, fog events used to be an absolute pain in the butt to finish. Like, to be able to get enough event currency, you'd need to have like a really good guide that shows you what the cheapest paths were, and then you would have to pretty much do everything in the event, and sometimes you still wouldn't get good drops out of the event. So let's hope it doesn't go back to quite that formatting, but for this one, it is basically, if you want to get the new legendary, well, I say new legendary, the old legendary dragon and all of the event items, this is the path for this. Total cost being 7,700, but if you do want to go for the Mully chest in the top left as well, I've added that as a bonus, like little blue path, and that would be just a little bit extra and take you just over 8,000. But since we can get over 10,000 currency without ads this time around, you should easily be able to finish off map 1. Map 2, I have also made one, which is how you can get everything in the event. So essentially every dragon, every event item, including Molly chest. And yeah, these are always really messy. I'm sure there's probably a slightly cheaper way of doing this, but if you do manage to get 11,500 total currency, which is about 1,250 more than you are expected to get as a default, you might be able to get that from ads quite easily actually, then this may be a map that you want to go with, but completely up to you whether you want to focus on all dragons, all items, if you just want to go for the legendary plus items, or if you just want to go straight for the items themselves. But the thing is, going straight for the items, there's not really much point because they're very split, so you might as well get something on your way through. So at the very least, go and get that legendary. If not, go and pick up like literally everything from the event. I'm personally just going with map 1 because I don't need all of the dragons, and I would actually just like the random stuff from the random chests instead. So you'll see that if I go into my fog island, like I've already done a big portion of this map as it is, we are going to be heading to the left now. But then once I've collected all of the dragon pieces and all of the event items, I'll just start opening up like these gold chests and the silver chests, because you can get your hands on bonus keys, bonus trade essence, stuff like that. So anyway, that is the fog event guidance, and of course I would highly suggest that you're doing all of your runner event stuff. You see, I haven't really done many runs so far, I've only done 2 of them, and you just want to be picking up the bonus fog coins and everything, because these 2 events last for the same amount of time, and then that is when we will be getting that new heroic race. And now with the heroic race itself, there's no guarantee that the event actually changes in any way significantly or anything like that. We can, of course, check Ditlep, but again, it's all leak information. Never take this as gospel because anything can change. According to early information, it's apparently another plus 500 orb event. But, you know, I would say wait until the actual release of the event to confirm everything for sure. But if it is another dragon that we can get to E4, E5, then I'll be pretty happy with that, because who doesn't like getting a free E4, E5 dragon? Well, E5 might be a bit of trading, of course, but otherwise, you know, a nice E4 dragon. I mean, if we're talking about recent E4s, we've got telekinetic, for instance. Actually, how many orbs do I have? Let's see how many I have in here. At the moment, I'm at 359 out of 800, and that was obviously completely free to play, so it's definitely possible to get these dragons at E5 in like under a month if you know, do the events, do the race, and then maybe get a bit lucky with drops later on, or if you just trade with a few people, you can easily get your dragons to E5, even now, without the bonus special collections like we used to have. But I'll be very interested to see if we do have any other special event types, which... One other thing while I'm here that I did want to mention is there has been, well, seemingly another colossal screw up, and you may have noticed this yourself, because we've just had the first 2 events, right? So now we've got our second event set on at the moment with both Fog and the runner event, and it looks like this dragon is just impossible to get. Reason why? Well, they've just not put enough items down, which is very odd of them to do, but you know, I think we encountered this many times over the summer holiday period where it just felt like things didn't work. It felt like everything was copy pasted. They weren't really checking anything that they were doing, and I think this is a prime example of it, because you're expected to get like, what is it, 10 or 11 padlocks free to play, and like that's halfway to the padlocked dragon. And this was after they screwed up the other one with Duchess. The one just before this was fine with Sandwich Man, but the one before that, being Duchess, they completely screwed over everyone that was playing the puzzle events in that one. And then they've just completely screwed up Padlocked collection entirely. And the worst part is, it's not just that you're missing this dragon and bonus orbs for it, it's all the stuff before that, like the perks chest. You're missing the times 50 Joker orbs. You're missing the Joker orb chest. Like, why the heck is Padlocked, which is a random legend, apparently going to be like an impossible dragon to obtain? No idea. So I don't know why they're obsessed with just continuously screwing up these collection events, but maybe now that we have the new upcoming event schedule, which maybe more people are actually, you know, there in the dev team and whatever, maybe we'll actually get things that work again. I will say, and I did mention this on my server before, that I don't know what it is about 2024 in particular, Dragon City, because when I returned in 2022, I remember coming back and seeing all the new stuff and obviously getting my head around all the new stuff, all the new updates, all of that sort of thing. But I don't remember it ever quite being as buggy as it has been in 2024. And trust me, when I was coming straight from DML, that would have been the first thing I was looking for. Am I really not going to get the KO with him? Oh, that is so annoying, by 1k. But yeah, the first thing I would have been checking between my transition from DML, which is a different dragon game, and this one was specifically going to be how buggy is it, how reliable is it. And for 2022, 2023, I'd say Dragon City as a whole actually was going pretty well. And then in 2024, it just feels like everything kind of fell apart a little bit. Like, the amount of buggy events we got hit, it's just been a little bit absurd. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't take this game as the highest quality game out there. I know that it's a mobile game at the end of the day. It's designed as like a gacha fest. It's not designed as a high quality game. It's not like some of the other games that you played out there, like Ghost of Tsushima. It's not a God of War. Of course it's not. But it's not that difficult to look at an event, see how many items you're offering players, and then realize, oh, players can only make it 50% of the way there, even if they play every single event and don't miss anything. Is there a problem here? And then you go, yes, and you change it. But instead, what seems to be happening is we're going, we need a new event for next week. Let's copy paste the last one. Wonderful, job's done. And that seems to be it. I'm hopeful that maybe that will change, but I guess we will have to see in the, you know, the return events once we get out of the summer holiday period. But to say I'm a little bit disappointed is an understatement. And this is ignoring all the other problems that have happened recently. This is ignoring all of the other bugs that we've got still for combat and everything like that. I'm not even talking about those things. I'm ignoring those problems right now, but there's only so long I can actually ignore them for. Also, I just want to double check what the actual quest is for this, because you can check what the upcoming quest is for any runner events, like I've mentioned many times before, because you'll see it shows us this mission set, and then if we go here, the next one's actually going to be league battles. So this times 3 that we have for our league battles now, I'm actually going to leave it, because then before the next reset comes up, we will get enough to get the times 4 on the league battles, because as you can see here, we're going to have 4 league battles that we have to do, and since I just used 3 for our alliance chest, I'm actually just going to wait to use the next 3. Which, I guess technically I could do like 1 now, and then we could just wait for the reset later on. But either way, you can pick and choose to do it whichever way you want to do it. But you know, for now, I'm just gonna wait the extra hour until we have the reset coming in this event. Then we can do that quest pretty much straight away. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just a little bit disappointed, especially with Duchess, which I did manage to trade for in the end. So, you know, players that didn't get screwed over in the event were willing to help people that did get screwed over. And by that, I mean, I did equal trades for people. It's not like they just gave them to me. But, you know, you can get these dragons even if you get screwed over in the events, but it's just been a little bit too often. You know what I mean? Like, there's just been too many bugs, especially so many puzzle bugs. The last puzzle bug, it did genuinely destroy any faith that I had and my optimism and willingness to play this game a little bit. And plus, well, this is the big elephant in the room that's just not being addressed at the moment. You know, the whole ads issue where PC just can't get any. Yeah, that's another big problem. But I don't like to harp on about the issues all the time, because, you know, we do see new dragons, we do see new events, we do see them trying new things. But then I see a food offer like this and it reminds me, oh yeah, where did Food Frenzy go? Where did the Feeding Frenzy go? They just deleted that one day and never brought it back. Academy Battles or whatever, but if you looked at Academy Battles, you can actually see HIGH VENOMFANG in there. He's there in the bottom left, but, you know, the new dragon looks cool. I do like getting new heroics as well. You can tell from my profile that I like getting new heroics and E4ing, E5ing them. So adding another one will add yet another E3, E4, E5 heroic to the profile, which is always handy. Which does also mean that if you are going into the next event, that of course you do need to have enough gems, you do need to have enough food for it. And if you don't already have the race dragons, so the upcoming race dragons are, I would assume, gonna be these ones, which we'll have to wait until the race actually comes out. But you know, Skullface, Chains, and Hunger. If you don't already have those, maybe go and rescue them. I'm pretty sure I already have all of them at level 40, if I remember correctly. And if I didn't sell them while I was trying to make room, then we've got Chains. Yeah, level 40, and then we finally have Hunger. Okay, I did actually sell my Hunger Dragon, so I will actually need to hatch them again. Which, might as well do that while we're here, right? Because it says I've got an egg here. This is the problem when I try and make room on my islands and then they come back as a race dragon. Need to make sure I actually get them hatched again. But we're okay. We're all good. Alternatively, we could just wait until the end of the race, but this will save us some gems. So let's do that while we're ahead. So yeah, that is the reason why I have 1,532 dragons in the codex, but I don't actually have 1,532 dragons placed. And it's also the reason why my master points went from like, well, I lost like 30,000 master points at least at some point, because I had to sell so many dragons to make enough room, because there isn't enough room on these islands. Which is also the reason why I've been saving up gems to buy this when it goes on sale, and when I have enough gems to make sure I can buy other stuff that I need. But like, if I was to buy this for, I think it's like 680 or is it 690, something like that, it doesn't leave me with that many gems. So I'm just trying to stack up some gems so that then when I do buy the island on sale, we're still going to have enough gems to, you know, do whatever the heck we want on our islands and everything else. So that's where I'm at the moment. But I am just a little bit disappointed about this collection event yet again, Because, yeah, I really wanted this dragon. He looks cool. He looks cool on the title screen, just like Duchess did. And this is going to be another dragon that we're going to have to... Well, I don't even know if we're going to be able to trade for this, because who the heck is going to have enough? The only people that are going to be able to get this many padlocks are going to be pay-to-win players. So it's very, very disappointing. The fact that they put 30 in there is just absurd. But again, another failure to actually check what's being copy-pasted in the event format structure. It would have been a very easy 5-minute check for someone to do, but it's unfortunately not happening at the moment. So that is the state of the game currently, but with these new events starting up, like I said, I'm hopeful that maybe we're going to get something actually good, something useful, and something that isn't just a copy-paste that's been done incorrectly going forward. But if not, we move on to something else, greener pastures. But for now, this is the upcoming event schedule, so get yourself acquainted with it so that you can expect what's coming up. I'm not too excited, but Stabby Roberto is definitely going to at least be a good one to start off the new month. But anyway, for now, I'm going to continue on with probably doing my runner event runs because they make me a little bit, they tire me out. They tire me out a lot, but we've got those insignias to get, we've got a wonderful book dragon to get, and we've got all these free food chests and currency to get. So, I guess we will get on the grind. For now, best of luck to you.